Okay, Grace, we just went live, and this is an introduction to Grace Kwok, this beautiful lady that I met last January. We met through a friend, a young guy that I coached, and she brought me on to coach her with her diabetes, believe it or not. And we're going to come to that. She's actually the lady, Grace Kwok is actually the lady who brought the Libra to Canada and got it paid for by the government drug plan for people. This made it easier for us to go even further, which you will hear about later in another video. For today, we just want to learn about Grace. Grace is a certified fraud examiner. She's a chartered professional accountant. She did that on her own. Here is the Libra funding announcement. About 18 months ago, you contacted me in regards to participating in a study looking at funding the Freestyle Libra Flash Glucose Sensor and Reader. I'm happy to share with you that the Ministry of Health has just made it, following an announcement effective September 16, 2019, Ontario will fund Freestyle Libra 14-day sensor readers. You can see it right there. There it is right there. And this letter is an email. Let me go back up here. This letter is an email to Grace Kwok. Oh. Okay. I don't like your email address being there. I am pleased to provide this as Grace also worked for the Ministry of Consumer and Commercial Relations. She is with the immediate supervisor for 5 years. The office was the real estate industry on a regular basis. Grace will review inspection reports on real estate brokerage business, investigating operational and financial deficiencies that may flow from incompetent and or fraudulent activities. The thrust of such reviews is to minimize the potential for consumer harm. Furthermore, Grace is responsible as staff person for the initial ongoing audit, both physical and financial, of proposed. So there you go. Let's look at the bottom paragraph here, right here. Mrs. Kwok carries out her responsibilities in a committed manner. She is forthright, curious, highly organized, and very meticulous in her assigned responsibilities. Additionally, Grace is able to work on an independent basis. She's amazing. She's a certified fraud examiner. She graduated with her certified public account papers on her own. She's worked for the Ministry of Consumer Relations. Here you can see that she worked for the Ministry of Housing, and Grace has worked in a position of payments clerk for the last 4 years as coordinator of payments unit, supervising a staff of 3 for payments totaling $35 million a year. It's right there. Grace is very high quality lady, very professional, very driven, and that's why she found me. That's why she brought the Libra. Grace, since I met you, one thing I know for sure, you try to make things better around you. And I know that you brought me into your life and you sourced me on purpose so that I could help you with your diabetes and memory loss issues. And you proved that to me. And well, we should both be honored, I think, for the way things have worked out so far. So, would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself? I know you also worked in the casino industry and a variety of other things. What would you like to tell us? Would you like to? Your turn.
Okay, thank you for all the kind comments about me. Actually, before I come to Canada, I actually work for the Commission for Canada, for the embassy.
For the embassy, okay.
So I am feel very fortunate that I'm able to know the Canadian people both before they become immigrants here, and I feel very honored to be able to help the seniors when I become a senior myself.
Haha, that's what you
I
want to
wanted to
do.
continue. When I met Mark, I can see that he's a very enthusiastic in helping people. Just looking at the examples how he helped the youth that I met.
We will get to that in my introduction, Grace. This is about celebrating you, really. And
And also, I have to mention about how honored and excited I am to be able to find someone like myself, like someone like you, have similar ambition in helping people in the best way we can.
we are attempting to now. Grace has finally got me to understand, and together maybe we've understood that with the impending crisis with diabetes, with memory loss, with the elderly living in their own places, we have things to offer. Grace has things to offer. Grace made sure that I became aware. But most importantly, I want you to know that Grace is a certified fraud examiner, and that she's a chartered public accountant or a certified public accountant. What we are telling you is honest from the bottom of our hearts, and we really are trying to make it better. And we're going to help you with mitigating diabetes as one of our goals. Maybe even mitigating memory loss. We have had some success, haven't we, Grace?
Yes. May I share some of our success story with everybody who is interested in listening to us? I have diabetic since I came to Canada, immigrated to Canada when I was 33. And now, almost 44 years later, my condition was being monitored very diligently by the medical professional in, can I say, the hospital?
Sure.
Yes.
No, don't say that. You can, I don't care.
Yes, in uh, Mensina Hospital. They really helped me a lot.
Yes, they've helped us.
They helped me a lot. But due to my aging and also the stress from work and life, they did not seem to be able to improve too satisfactorily. And fortunately, one day I collapsed. I collapsed due to low blood sugar, despite of the diligent supervisions from all the professional people, whom I thank very much. That Mark was able to
Those
send me
very
to
same
hospital.
professional people helped me. I couldn't have done what I did without them, Grace.
But you saved me on time. Otherwise, I would not be able to have the privilege to talk to you.
So that's when. So Grace has had diabetes for over 40 years.
Yes.
And she was taking fast-acting insulin 4 to 5 times a day, roughly 12 units a time. She no longer takes that insulin.
Well,
Grace was also taking a once-a-day insulin of 12 units, and now she takes 5. We will get into that more, but this really is about how Grace has brought me in, introduced me to her healthcare team. It's been excellent to meet some very amazing people, I must admit, who have put tools in my hand and very carefully and selectively helped us along, that's for sure. So the point is after 44 years of being diabetic and taking insulin, Grace has mitigated it to the point where she is almost insulin free. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to do a little introduction about myself, and then we will do one about how we met, because how we met is a really good story as well. And we will show you some of the statistics on her glucose levels and how well she's done. Is that okay, Grace?
Yes. I like to share the good story. And my good luck from the help that I get the help from you and also the medical team in Manzano Hospital.
Thank you very much for listening. See you soon.